Hey, Gary Cardone here, Friday, 23rd of February, 2023. Good to have you guys here. I've been doing some work. If you see this chart, the Nvidia price, and the point I want to make here, overnight in 24 hours, Nvidia's market cap changed by $250 billion in 24 hours, $250 billion. My premise is this, okay? Wall Street has completely lost its ability to measure any of these companies. I mean, we have 50, 60 analysts tracking Nvidia for the last 25 years. Nvidia is a 25-year-old company, and the comparison I'm gonna make is Bitcoin is a 15-year-old company. I believe that inside of this $250 billion incremental value that was created literally overnight, missed by Wall Street, that part of that massive premium they got in 24 hours is because of the moat they have around their business. They have a de facto monopoly. And so if you look at Nvidia at nearly $2 trillion today, you ask yourself, well, how much of that is their position is almost a monopoly position with massive margins? The margins are 70% EBITDA margins. If Wall Street could miss a move like this and not truly understand the significance of how data and machines are gonna play a role in the future of the digitization of planet Earth, they didn't miss it. I mean, we missed it by this much, okay? $250 billion. If $250 billion tried to come into Bitcoin tomorrow morning at $52,000, and this is what I'm suggesting. I am suggesting we're gonna see a day, if not days, on Bitcoin. Remember, Bitcoin is a monopoly. In my opinion, it's the only monopoly in the world that doesn't have regulatory exposure. Visa, MasterCard, they get an email or a letter from the Department of Justice, Antitrust Division, they have to respond to that. If Nvidia, who most certainly has a monopoly position, gets the letter, they have to respond to that also. But Bitcoin, a true monopoly, very, very difficult to clone. There is no letter going to anyone about them having antitrust position, whoever they is at Bitcoin. So one, I am gonna ask each of you to think, why would it be crazy? Why would it be crazy for 4 million Bitcoin to be required one day in Bitcoin's history in the next 3, 4, 5, 10 years, 3 or 4, 5, 10 months? If it can happen to Nvidia, why couldn't it happen to Bitcoin? We're sitting here talking about green candles, $5,000 candles. This candle would have been about an $8,000 candle for Bitcoin. Today we have Nvidia still moving upwards, breaching $800. My thesis is that Bitcoin will outstrip Nvidia's performance over a long period of time. Today, Nvidia is 25 years old, Bitcoin is 15 years old. Bitcoin is a $1 trillion industry. Nvidia is nearly $2 trillion. In fact, I will suggest to you that in 18 months or less, Bitcoin has a greater market cap than Nvidia and Facebook. It will begin inching toward, if not exceeding, Google. That assumes that Nvidia is still at a $2 trillion market cap, and that we will see $8,000 and $10,000 candles on Bitcoin. Perhaps both ways, by the way. I mean, this could go both ways. I wouldn't get nervous if I saw an $8,000 down day. But we are going to see volatility the likes we have never seen before in Bitcoin. If we can see the action on this, like we're starting to see earthquakes here, okay? Let's just go into Uniswap. This is staggering. I mean, this is up 67%. There's no news here. It went from $7 to $11.50, like within minutes. So do not tell me this is a 47, 50% increase over 1 hour. This will absolutely happen to Bitcoin, and it will happen on a number of levels. Guys, I'm telling you, we're seeing supply come in here I've never seen before. And if you're holding Nvidia and you've held it from 70 bucks, I own Nvidia at 70 bucks. If you're holding Nvidia from 70 to 800, do you lighten up just a little bit and then do you move some of that into crypto? I think we're beginning to see funds move from S&P into Bitcoin. As more and more people understand what's happening with Bitcoin and that it's pretty much been let off the leash. I mean, we've basically put all the bad guys in jail, and now we're gonna let Bitcoin do whatever it's gonna do and be the Robin Hood that it might be able to be one day. I'm more bullish than I've ever been on Bitcoin, I continue to get data that says to me, one, no one has been able to adequately defend a position of why I'm wrong, and so bullish on Bitcoin. Please, please, please show up to a show of mine. Tell me why I am wrong. I believe I'm grossly underallocated to Bitcoin. Based on the thesis that I have and the information that we all have at our fingertips, my allocation is too low, and it's driving me crazy. So you guys let me know what you think. Am I crazy? Is Uniswap going to the moon? Is the entire digital complex undervalued? Is Nvidia undervalued? Or is Nvidia and some of these other firms telling us that the future is a complete digitization of planet Earth, which will require digital assets, digital currencies, and massive compression of digital assets and legacy information? All of that's going to be tokenized. It's going to look like we're playing a game every day, whether it's big industry or small industry. I think most everything we're going to be doing is going to look more like games than the world we used to come from. So very, very excited here. Very excited, and I'm starting to expect Ethereum to do something like Uniswap just did. So come back, join, subscribe, hit the click, hit the bip, do whatever you got to do, and send this around to all your friends and enemies. I'm trying to expand this site so that we can get more intel, make better investment decisions. The more we work together, guys, like we don't need professional investors if we're all sitting here talking to each other and sharing all the information that's available to us. This is truly a unique period in time, so I'm excited, as you can see.